a striking flow drill from Kali and Silat. This one against a 45-degree angle strike, which could be a knife hand strike into the neck, or a forearm strike into the neck, or simply an attempt to grab you. It could also be a stab with reverse grip knife, like a downward stab coming down this way. You see how the motion is the same. And Anna will give me that strike, and I'll block it right here with my forearm. And then immediately I come underneath and I pass it. From here, obviously, I could use my left hand to strike almost anywhere along the side here. I could go to the temple here. I could go to the ribs. I could go to the liver with an uppercut. I could hook into the kidney. I could come with my knee into the thigh. I could throw a roundhouse kick into the back of the knee right here. But for the sake of the flow, this is a flow drill. For the sake of the flow, I'll just check here, and I'll feed it back right here. 1, 2, 3, feed it back. 1, 2, 3, feed it back. Block, pass, check. Block, pass, check. Block, pass, check. We're each taking just kind of like a small flanking step or a shuffle as we block, and that's why we're moving around in a circle. Right? As I block, boom, I'm shuffling in a little bit. And then she does the same. And so we end up moving around in a circle, and the reason you do that is because you flank the person, and now you're in a superior position once you pass that arm. You could do almost anything. You could come in here. You could choke or throw. Right? There are many. You could go for a rear naked choke. There are many, many possibilities. But someone is trying to stab like this. Let me put my goggles on, because anytime you start training with knives, you need to protect your eyes. If Anna had hers, I would tell her to put them on. You don't have your goggles, do you? I'm going to block hard and move in. You see how I'm shooting this almost simultaneously? Let's change the angle a little bit. Because if I don't shoot that in instantly, she can just go underneath my arm and rake or stab me right here, boom, in my underarm or through the ribs into the heart. Or maybe in my spleen a little further down. She has a lot of targets, right? If I were just to block here and do nothing else, she just goes low and she stabs me. So I immediately shoot underneath. Now maybe she feels like the angle where she's free is around my arm right here. But the thing is, we're not giving them time for that, because we shoot and we immediately, if we just are doing our check, that's an aggressive check right there. And then I'm striking. But I'm going to show you a more an application that gives you a little more control than that. So boom, boom, I shoot underneath. This one comes under here. You see how I have the arm scissored between my arms? This one slides down to control the arm. This one hugs. And now I have complete control over this arm. Of course, her fist is right there, so immediately I use my chest and my shoulder to apply pressure to the arm. And that drops her down here. I could go bang, bang, or I can drive my elbow into the ribs right here. She's almost down on the ground. I can actually take her down fairly easily from here, which I'll show in a moment when we adjust the camera angle. And so it happens like this. It happens that fast, and you have control over the arm, and you pretty much have control over the other person, and you can drop in some really nasty strikes from here. The knife, let's change the angle, let's move this way. The knife is right there, it's pointing away from me. She could move her wrist around. It can't do much. Maybe it can just barely touch me. It can't really do much. So here, you try that now. Good. So here I am, I'm down on my knees and one hand. I'm down on the ground. Because of that arm bar, she has control over my arm and my elbow. She could break it here if she wanted to. She could just jerk her body into my elbow, right? She could break it. Or she could take me down into the ground, which I'll show after I adjust the camera angle. Which she's doing anyway. I block, pass, underhook, and hug the arm to myself. There, now you can see. Hugging that arm to myself, and I could put pressure on the back of her knee with my knee right here. And then I could just push that knee right down to the ground, And now, to get her all the way down to the ground, I'm going to drag her this way. Just going to drag her out this way. Can you move, scoot backwards? And now we're in this position here. I come down. I put my knee on the ground. I could break her arm right here. I could tap her out with a little bit of pressure on the elbow. I could put the arm down on the ground so the knife is nowhere near me. There, can you see the hand right there? As I push the arm up that way, it starts to stretch the shoulder, right? I could put my knee, my left knee, on her triceps. But I think if I did that, I could actually break the bone because of my body weight. So I'm not going to do that. But I wanted to let go of the knife. So I can create a lot of pain on the triceps by pressing in with my hand right here and putting my body weight on it and say, let go of the knife, let go. Right, she let go. Now pick it up again. Alternatively, I could come around here and use my body weight to smash her head into the ground and say, let go of the knife, etc. Or there's one self-defense author who advocates putting your finger into the corner of their eye, creating some pressure and saying, let go of the knife or I'm going to take your eye out with this finger right here. Do you feel that?
Yeah.
Let go. There, she let go. She blocks, passes, takes me down with the arm bar. Good. There you can see. If it feels like I'm being a little dramatic, it's just I'm tight in the shoulders, so I really feel this. This is quite painful. And also, she's putting a lot of pressure on my elbow. She's using her belly to put pressure.
Like that.
Yeah, I'm not saying she has a big belly or anything. I didn't mean that.
No, it's fine. It's perfectly fine.
She has my wrist braced on her thigh, and she's driving her. There she goes. Okay. So now, okay, make sure you keep control of the upper arm so that I can't get my arm out here. You need to, yeah, put your knee on there. Ooh. Okay. Yes, that's quite painful. And now, through the application of pain, either on my arm, oh, she's locking my wrist now. I don't know if you can see that. Can they see that?
Yes.
She's locking my wrist now, and I'm not holding the knife anymore. It only looks like I am. But it's an illusion. My fingers are open. She can just take it away. If she wants to hit me here, she could hit me with the butt of the knife. And then she could call the cops, or if she's done with me, she could just push off of me and get up. So that's all an application off of, she gives me that strike, off of this Hubud. And that's one possible application. Out of many, 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 I could do the same one that we did on the previous video. I could go boom, boom, across the jaw, open her up, and reap. I could, go ahead. I could come around here and take the chin, open her up right here, and strike or take her down here. I could be here and go for a side choke or a throw. I could come around for a rear naked choke. There are many, many possibilities. I could go for what in Silat is called a tarik kepala right here. Or a head pull throw. It's a variation of the one where you come around. You just press on the front of the head right here. I could do the or elephant head, where I strike here, and then I'm here, 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 and bring her through. Practice the Hubud drill, and then think about the techniques you know and see how you can plug them into the Hubud so that you're not practicing your techniques from static positions or from something completely predictable, but from a more dynamic exchange. If you like this, I'm going to show you more and more Hubud drills. If you like this, please subscribe, hit that little round button right in the middle. And if you want to see more videos, you can watch that one, or you can watch that one. All right, this has been Sabeel Combatives. Thank you, Anna. Train hard and stay safe.